And hello, I think we're live. Let's take a look. How's it going, everyone? How are you? I hope you had a great weekend and great start to your week so far. Really excited today because I have some news. And just, you can hear me fine. Okay, good. I thought you were saying you can't hear me, which I would then panic because subscribe, you care. Wait, hold on. We've got a guest. Next, Bill from Weird
Hey
Fantastic.
everybody,
Hey, how are you?
I'm cold as hell. It's done got cold down here.
Did it really? Oh
Yeah,
wow!
I'm
It's
supposed to
just
get back
as
up in
hot
the
as
80s
you.
next week, but it's getting down to 32 at night here tonight, and
Gotcha.
it's just
Well,
freezing. But anyway,
let's
other than that,
just
I'm doing
let's
good.
let's check in with the chat. We've got quite a few people here actually, so that's pretty cool. We've got Kieran Ball. Hi, how are you? Very nice to see you, sir. Um, Badger, uh, actually getting to say hi. Hope he's enjoying his trip. Or he's back. I'm not sure. We got Bjorn Jorgensen saying hello. Ian Sweeney, hi, how are you? Bill, hey, and James Salzberg, how are you? Um, and I think that's everyone. Let's take a look. Treasures for Trigger, Bill, how are you? Very nice to see you, sir. And I think that's it. Well, tonight we've got some exciting stuff. I got a couple packages over the weekend, or late last week and into the weekend. And before we go any farther, I just want to show you. There might be a little something you notice behind me here. Oh, let me pull my cam up here. It's just too big to fit on the toy cam. But look at this monster.
Oh
He's
wow!
so big. He's got a giant transformer riding him. This is. Why'd I have to do that? All right. This is. Ah, look at this thing. Isn't he so nice? Look at that.
Wow!
Yeah, and we've got electronic lights and sounds. Well, hopefully
That's
that's not
cool.
blowing out your speakers too much there.
No, it sounds cool.
This thing is gigantic, and I gotta tell you, when someone tells you how big the thing is, it really doesn't do it justice until you
Mm.
see it in person. It absolutely. It showed up over the weekend. This is from James Salzberg. Thank you so much, James. I really appreciate this gift. It's amazing. This thing totally freaked my dog out, though. I put it in the middle of the living room floor. She comes around the corner and she just didn't know what to do. She's looking at it, and it was
Wow!
pretty hilarious. So I left it there. I moved it around the house in several different places throughout the day. Watching her freak out about it was pretty fun. But that thing is just absolutely packed with features too. I mean, there are compartments everywhere. There's winches that you can bring the. It's a complete play set and vehicle in one. I mean, it is a thing of beauty. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit in my toy cam or anywhere else. And then there were some other really nice and generous things that Mr. James included there in the package. One of which is these 3 and 3/4 inch marble figures. And when I saw them, I said, "Oh my God, this guy knows me. Uh, he knows me. He knows I love these things." So I was going to wait until he was here so he could hear me and watch me open these and enjoy them. So I'm going to go ahead and open them up. Bill, what have you been up to?
Just working. I got out and got to Walmart the other day with my wife, and I went over to the toy section as usual. And imagine my surprise when I saw the Superpower Splash on the shelf. So I had to grab that. And
You
my
didn't have
wife,
him until now? I thought you did. I'm sorry.
well, the new Superpower Splash. No, I didn't have one.
Oh, okay.
Bjorn was going to send me one. Thank you, Bjorn. You don't have to now. Of course, when I see them on the shelf, I can't help it. I got to get them around immediately. And my wife, she found Mr. Spock figure that was from Star Trek
Oh,
Wrath of
very cool.
Khan, just came out. So she picked that up, and that was our toy hauls, basically. Uh, if you watched my
Excellent.
last live stream, I found some WWE uh, figures from the WWE Superstars line. I picked up Mankind and the Undertaker and Papa Shango.
Excellent, excellent. Now, just want to bring this up here because Kieran Ball was saying incredible at which Star Wars toy line is it from? And then James Salzberg saying it's from the Vintage Trilogy series. And from what I believe James told me a little earlier over the weekend, though, it's about 30% bigger than the Power of the Force 2 one or the original one. So it's much larger. Yeah, he's
Wow.
saying it right there. It's way bigger. I mean, it dwarfs the other one. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And Ian saying, and the crazy thing is, the most recent ad was bloody awful, the Rogue One version. I've never seen that. I'll have to look into that. But well, if it's awful, then I mean, should I really even bother? It certainly looks like it is a quality piece. I mean, it is sturdy. The legs are all ratcheted, so you could put it into a myriad of positions. There's a handle that pops up on the back, so you can kind of articulate the head a little bit. But inside the canopy, I'll do a video, I guess, where I go around the whole thing and just show it off because there's just so many nooks and crannies. I mean, it's just packed with play features. A++ on the design and implementation there. And then these are from a few years ago from the Thor line. Here's a beautiful Enchantress, 3 3/4 inch figure. I absolutely love these Marvel 3 3/4 inch figures. They're great. You guys know me. That's my scale. I love my 4 inch action figures or 3 3/4 inch. Here's Marvel's Executioner with that badass battle axe. He's looking pretty cool. And just want to show off here. Here's my new channel mascot, Patrol.
Oh,
He's my knockoff dog that I got from this helicopter playset here, where they didn't bother putting a vest on him. They just spray painted the dog directly. So hey, Jim Largo's here. How are you?
what's up,
So
Largo?
he's my little mascot now. And unfortunately, I noticed I dropped him on the floor and he's like splitting in half. So I'm gonna have to glue him back together. So welcome,
Is he
Patrol,
hollow?
everyone. Yeah, he's hollow. It's one of
Wow,
those. It was a cheap
wow,
set I got at Ross for the whole set, though. I'll tell you, was only 350 or something like that. So
that's
super
not
super
bad.
inexpensive. Yeah, this guy looks like his face is melting, but the helicopter's in pretty good condition. And really, what I looked at was the rotor on the helicopter. I was thinking it might work for my Nash helicopter. Is a good alternative, but obviously we didn't get that. Of course, Kieran Ball. That is his. It has to be his name because why else would they do it? It's Paw Patrol in the '90s comic era. Yeah, and okay. So Ian Sweeney's saying there's a review over on the Retro Blasting channel. You can't even stand up figures inside the main body. Is that the bad one or this one? I think it's the bad one. I think that's the
The
one he was
bad
saying.
one, yeah. He's talking about
Okay.
the smaller one, yeah.
I
I'm
think he was
sure
saying
Michael
the
French
new.
had to blow up on that.
Yeah. He tore that one a new one. I'm sure if it's no good. So I'd like to see that, and Patrol could hang out there. Uh, so another thing I wanted to bring up was I just wanted to put a link in the channel here into the thing because I mean I'm sure you guys, but let me come back over here. Let me put a link here. That's a link to a world made of cardboard. He
Oh
put out
yeah,
a
he made that
fantastic
wonderful
papercraft
ransom.
model inspired by Final Faction. It's like a military installment base. He has a robot dog the same scale. It is brilliant. The plans are free. You could print that up, spend the afternoon, make yourself a nice little diorama set. It's modular, so it could be configured in multiple different ways. I mean, the guy's just brilliant, and I am so impressed with the thing. I can't wait to make one. I made his alien one, which was,
Mm.
I think, for the Karn. But I'd love to have a shelf with just those two play sets on there. So if you haven't checked out his channel, if you're not interested in papercraft, at least go check it out and just take a look because it's really cool. Mr. Logic Blaster, how are you? Keep those. I love this Power of the Force 2 reviews that Mr. Logic Blaster does there. And if you catch him on Instagram, he does a lot of like short Hot Wheels car reviews that are really cool too. He also
Cool.
does stuff for the 12-inch GI Joes. He did this fantastic piece on the articulation. And if you guys haven't been over to his channel, please check it out. Great stuff there. So,
Give me just one sec there,
Kim
Will. I'll be
Waldner
right
saying
back.
hi to Logic Blaster. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, take your time. Um, so Jordan saying he saw someone merge Final Faction with Marauder's exosuit and it looked badass. Well, that's really awesome. I'd like to see that. Hey, Masters Maniac, what happened to the diorama presentation? Never heard of you during the week. Are you talking about your diorama walking through? Yeah, just get in touch with you. I don't think I have your contact information like out of chat. So we got to get together. Either you can send it to me through Jim, or you can message me on here or on Instagram. Just send me a message. But yeah, absolutely. If you want to come on now, we could take a look at it too. If you want to do that, or if you want to set it for another time, we could do that as well. So yeah, sorry about that. Definitely would like to see your diorama piece anytime. So I've got some other. Jim's got your number. Okay, great. Yeah, I'll reach out to him and get that. So I've got some other things. I know we talked about it on the live stream last week, and I brought up the Spin Master 4-inch Batman line, which, like I said, I've heard a lot of negative things about it. I happen to love this line, and I pretty much have collected the entire thing. Now, this one is a new Batman reissue. As you can see, he's a black suit Batman with a yellow belt and a yellow outline chest symbol. Very, very reminiscent of our beloved 1989 Michael Keaton Batman. Now, I know this doesn't do it justice, so to speak, but it's still pretty darn cool. Each figure comes with three accessories. They're in the back there, so we'll pop those out. And I just want to get him unboxed, and then we're going to talk a little bit about a cool custom idea I had for this figure. So, Ian Sweeney, were you the one last week telling me you liked it and you'd like to see these more of these vehicles, playsets, and cheap? Yes, absolutely. So I was going to say this figure, for anyone that isn't really a big fan of these, right? Now, okay, so they are fully articulated 4-inch figures. I think they scale very well with other 3 3/4 inch figures, as you could see. They are, I think, have great articulation. And yeah, the price has even come down farther. I think the highest I saw these for was like $8.97, so like $9. And yes, I think it's a kids line. It's designed for kids, but um, there is just so many different characters. There's, I know, a ton of reissues of Batman and Superman that people groan about, and the capes are not the best. But I understand why they're kind of fused in there or pinched in the back there. I would rather them come over the top of the cowl. For example, we're gonna pop this Darth Vader cape on them. Let's see how that looks. That's a cloth goods Darth Vader cape I have. I don't know. I mean, something like that would look good. Maybe it's a little too bunched up at the neck there, but with a different cape, I think it could be really cool. But if you guys remember the original '89 Batman, and I think Analog Toys just did a video on '89 Batman, so that's kind of cool. He had a attachment on here with a cord that pulled out of his belt, right? And you could, but it was only like maybe a foot, not even. There's a guy that makes pretty good, awesome capes. That's right. I am going to hit up Cape Master. I did ask the question on Bill's channel about the Spin Master, and he said he absolutely can do that. James Salzberg's a big fan of the King Shark, so maybe next week I'm going to do a spin, or maybe I should just spring it on for you guys for the ones that don't like the line. But I would like to just get my entire Spin Masters line out and kind of do a figure rundown. I'd like to just show them all off. I think there's some really good stuff in there. Anyway, so check this out. Hear me out, people. I want to do is drill a hole right through there, right? 3D print like a little bat utility belt looking thing, right? But I want the hole to go all the way through to the back. And are you familiar with Web Store from the Masters of the Universe line? And he had that gimmick where you pull the string and then he goes up. I would love to do that, and maybe either attach it as a backpack, or if it can be contained inside the hollow part of his torso, have a belt that comes out, and you pull the string on the back, and he rides up the line as an improvement to the belt function for that. So that could be a really fun video. Sky Commanders. Okay, so they had a little gizmo like that. I think that could be done, and I think that would be really cool. I'd like to get like 4 feet of cord on him though, and just really just maybe not 4 feet, just two, but just have him really buzz out. So
Bjorn
you don't like
Jorgensen says
this
there's a
line,
guy
right?
that makes pretty awesome capes.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
is.
that'd be the Cape Master.
That is the Cape Master. So Bill, you're not a fan of this toy line, right? The Spin Master 4 inch. I
I
know a lot
didn't
of
say
people are not.
I won't say I'm not a fan of it. I didn't
Okay.
collect it.
Gotcha.
I
So
remember
he
when it came.
comes with a wacky backpack, two neon green katanas. I don't think those are the best accessories. And then his other accessory. Now, this line is for kids. So,
Yeah, it
their
absolutely is.
imaginations kind of go a little crazier with this stuff. And then he also comes with two weird power claws. Uh, but yeah, that's four accessories that are pretty cool and they could be used for different characters. So,
Well, Will, the Spin Master is the same company that makes the Paw Patrol,
yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
I remember when Mattel lost the license and Spin Master picked it up. I was kind of apprehensive because I knew it was a little kid line, and I
Yep.
saw the figures when they came out, and they're pretty decent. It's just that it's not my cup of
Yeah.
tea.
Oh,
I'm
that's
more.
fine. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. And like I said, I get it. But, I've just brought it up to people several times and they're just like, I don't really like it. And I think I heard one person just say,
Well,
uh,
they
it could have
are
been a lot
a
better.
kid line. They have limited articulation, if I'm not mistaken, and
Yeah.
it's got the big hands and the big feet, so they can stand up and they can hold their accessories.
Yeah.
And
This is,
they all come with these weird little accessories. Sometimes it says a question mark on the box because you don't know what the
yeah,
accessories
they're
are.
like, they're
Yeah,
mystery accessories. So this is
and
a Dr.
that's
Fate
that's
figure.
the appeal to the kids. The kids love the mystery boxes these days. You can
Yeah,
go
that
down
gimmick
another.
is kind of lame. So this is Dr. Fate. Now, the Spin Master company did a really bad job with the. Oh, I'm sorry, I left that up there. Oh yeah, Webster's my favorite Motu. That's a great idea. Thank you, Phil. I'm gonna do that, and I'd really like to maybe even once I get it going, like maybe do a live stream and show how it's done. If I can make it work, or if I could collaborate with a other talented, toy person to help me.
Well, I don't have a web
Um,
store, so I don't know how the web store gimmick is
so
designed on the
Toy
inside.
Ploy, I tried to design one on my like 3D software
Hmm.
based on the Webster backpack because it's kind of like that kind of zip line or whatever you call it, where you pull the string.
Yeah.
It uses kind of like two pulleys. If you look
Hmm.
at Toy Ploy, he does a great restoration
I
video.
love toy ploy.
Yeah, he did a great restoration video, and in it he breaks down how that gimmick or gizmo works, and I think it's really cool. So, just one note on the Doctor Fate. Love him as a character. I don't have one of those, so I got him. But for some reason, they shrunk them. The one for the Black Adam movie are a little smaller than the rest of the 4 inch DC line, and they kind of don't scale right. But you could use them, because I think there are different types of body types and stuff like that. But
I
it really
think
shows on
I think
Black
there's
Adam
a
himself.
reason.
He's the Rock. He's supposed to be buff, and
Yeah,
he's like
well,
the same size as Doctor
I
Fate.
think there's a reason why movie figures are not exactly the same scale as the other figure lines.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I'm I'm not sure whether it's because they have to make a different SKU or MOQ for them or what it is. but the movie figures will never exactly scale with other figures in those lines. And
Yeah.
I can't say exactly why, but that's my thought on that.
Yeah. So some people in the chat just coming in. All right. Um, and Karen Ball saying if you use elastic cord, you can catapult Batman across the room. Absolutely. So this is a repaint of Batgirl,
uh,
and she's in the black,
check, check,
gold, and
check
she's
the
got the
green
yellow
room.
outfit.
I think maybe Rolo's in there.
Oh, okay. Rolo,
There
how
he
are
is.
you? So nice to see you, sir.
Good evening, good afternoon. How's it going? I just figured out that you are in a part of America where we have a time difference, Willem. You are at
Yes,
you're at
Will's
six.
in Florida, right? What, right, Will?
Yeah,
Florida
he's
man. Yeah, yeah.
very
Yeah,
far away
he's
from
on the East
everything.
Coast, and then I'm in the Central time zone with you there, Rolo.
See, yeah, you're in the same time, and Jim as well. So I was wondering why it says 6 o'clock and then it says just 10 minutes to wait. And I figured out, okay, he must be on the other side. He must be of the pool.
Yeah, he's over next to the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Just wait till you get
There
those
we
guys that
go.
are over there in the Pacific time zone, because I've had those guys on my show. A couple of guys that are over in Pacific time zone on my show before, and they're like, they're way off from us.
Yeah.
2 hour difference.
Oh, where's that? Björn says, I'm sure same time zone as Rollo. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Bjorn's in like Oklahoma.
Oh, yes. It's same corner, same thing around.
Okay.
Willem.
So
Wow.
check out this beautiful Batgirl. I love it. I love the color scheme. I have the original one, but this black gold, and she came with a grappling gun, which is really big, very oversized, and it says "ha ha ha" on the side, like Joker. So I don't know why that came with her. So she has that. She came with a katana, which is pretty cool. And then she came with this huge. This is like what is that weapon that the Klingon use? It's their
Oh yeah, I
ceremonial
remember
sword.
that.
It looks
Backlet.
something like that.
A
Yeah,
Diop
backlet.
or something like that.
Backlet.
yeah, yeah. Baklet
Richtig.
in Klingon. So here we go. We've got Batgirl,
In
and
Klingon
then
is
this one.
Bachlat.
So then we've got the final figure I picked up this last week from the latest wave, and that is the Red Hood. Now, I don't recognize this version of Red Hood. If anyone there does,
That
I
would
did
be
a
the
little
Jason
just
Todd
ask.
version of Red Hood.
This is from the comics, I believe, or his
Yeah,
latest iteration in the
That's
comics.
Jason Todd. He became the Red
Yeah,
Hood after he came back to life.
yeah, I remember that, but I just don't remember. He had like a actual different hood.
Yeah,
So it's the hood that's throwing me off. I've never seen that hood before. So Jordan saying that Kieran Ball loves that Batgirl. I do too. I think she's great. She's probably going to
Oh,
replace my other
Jesus.
Batgirl in the collection. And
Where's our friend Ian Sweeney, may I ask? Is he in Europe because he says it's
oh, is he?
11:20? Should
Oh,
be because he
11:20.
says it's
Yeah.
11:20, and this is about in Germany it's 7 hours more than here. So fits seems to be Europe,
Oh,
maybe
he could be.
United
Yeah, I didn't
Kingdom.
know that.
No, maybe United Kingdom, Ireland with this great name here.
Ian Sweeney. Oh,
Ian,
it could be.
yeah, yeah. 11:20. It
Okay,
talks about
so
being a
we've got
European. Yorkshire. There
let's
we got him. We got him.
Yorkshire. Yeah.
Oh, Adam's in the
Ah.
house. Hey, Radical Toys.
Hey, Adam. How are you? So nice to see you, man. Let me
Getting
see his.
ready.
I'm sorry.
I
Hey,
plan.
gang. How are you,
I plan
Will?
to stream this
Good to
Sunday
see you.
if all goes well. I do plan to stream this Sunday. It was the last Sunday, past Sunday, that I did not stream.
Okay, so the Red Hood comes with it, and he's got a beefier body too. Like his arms, he looks pretty ripped. Um,
He's got a
he comes
symbol on
with
his chest.
yeah. Oh, this is the one of the things that. So I'm sorry, they do a random thing too. So this one also has the Joker. Ha ha ha! I don't know if you could see that. That's a weird tool, but I've heard people saying that this was just an odd choice for the Red Hood. He comes with two katana, but he comes with a crowbar accessory. And if you remember, Jason Todd was beaten to death, or beaten and then blown up, but beaten almost to death by the Joker, then
with
blown
the
up. So
crowbar. Yeah, well,
yeah, him
the
carrying a crowbar
accessories are
around.
not necessarily for the figure you get. The accessories can be used with
Yeah,
the other figures. So that
could
crowbar
be.
accessory, may, you may be able to give it to the Joker.
Yeah, I've heard some people just saying that's a little dark, you know.
Okay,
And then the
okay.
last thing I got, and I don't know how everyone feels about this one, but I was
Love,
excited when I saw this. This
love,
is
big
the
love.
Transformers and GI Joe collaboration. This is a
A Megatron.
Megatron, his tank, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry guys, I couldn't wait, but yeah, I unboxed him already. He's already out of the box.
Oh,
But that packaging really is nice. So I wanted to leave that there. So I've seen a couple
So
reviews on it. I'll just tell you, I'm a huge, 1/18th scale fan, a GI Joe fan. Above all, I love Transformers as well. So when they were telling me that they came out with a Transformer that you could put a GI Joe in, I mean, I was just sold right away. I didn't even look at the thing. There are some critiques to the toy, and I also think that you know Oh, Sweeney saying the crowbar is an inside joke. It comes with the McFarlane version of Red Hood too. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if he used the crowbar kind of like as his symbol of vengeance or something. Um, and then Jordan wants to know, would a modern figure fit in there? Yes, I believe so because the re-release of the His Tank included a modern His Tank driver, and he did fit in there. So I'm just so some pluses, some minuses. I think the arms are a little short. If
he's
you look,
cool.
they only come to about his waist. Maybe they could have added like an arm extension in there.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep. Oh, Joker used to beat him up. Yeah, I know he used it to beat him up, but I was just wondering like they included it with him. Like, did he like keep that crowbar or something, or the crowbar and use it to beat villains or something as he was returned to life or whatever. So it comes with a Baroness figure. It's a O-ring reproduction of the original Baroness. I think the paint is a little weird. Can you see that? It looks like where they painted her eyes, the paint color is just like a little different than the rest of her skin. But that's really my only critique there. It's just a 3 3/4 inch figure. I've heard some people upset that they didn't include like a modern figure or update that somehow, which they probably should have. But I mean, this guy's pretty cool. He's really huge. It's a rugged toy. I mean, you could play with it. I'm not going to attempt to transform it because I heard it takes about a half an hour to do.
really,
But I will say that um, so Radical Toys is saying, sweet, they got that classic Megatron look at least. Is the 788 on the arms or legs? Yeah, the 788 is actually right here on the shoulder. So and I'll probably do a video on it. There's been probably about a dozen videos on this in the last week or so. So, I didn't want to just beat the horse there. But
well, do
um,
a video with you transforming it and then
the
speed it
one
up.
thing that they do, yeah, the one thing that they did do excellently is when he is in vehicle mode, it is almost indistinguishable from the original His Tank. It is the same size, same dimensions. If you have three of them in a row, you wouldn't be able to tell which one. I mean, there's a couple differences. You could see the gray of his legs and some things there, but they really did a good job. And I thought this was worthy of further discussion in the sense that they're doing another one here, and I have a couple actual. Hold on here. I got a couple pictures I wanted to bring up and just show.
They are trying on a couple of brands actually. They did the Ghostbusters Eco One.
They
They're
did do
trying
a
out on,
crossover on that, and
yeah, which is also pretty awesome. I don't have it, but I happen to had it in my hands and I could transform it because a friend of mine has it on display in his toy shop here. And so I'm pretty impressed with that as well. And as you said, they close pretty seamless. And come back to what you just said, almost the same size and almost original outlooks of the original His Tank. What again was the price for the Haslab His Tank?
okay, so that one was that was the 1/12 scale one, and I don't
Yeah,
remember,
the
but I think
great
Yeah,
it was
big,
over three
huge.
hundred bucks.
yeah,
Yeah, it was over $300. It was
yeah.
pretty expensive. Uh,
Yeah.
so
Hefty.
so Ian Sweeney saying none of the channels he subbed to have revealed this. So yeah, sure, I'll do a video on it because I'd love to talk more about it. But some of the people like who initially looked at, I noticed. I feel like the really strict like Transformers fans reject it, and then even some of the GI Joe fans it's like this in between
I like it.
toy. But I would just say, as far as like a toy maker goes, and like making a toy
Yeah.
that with the purpose of it fitting or matching the original vehicle, some concessions have to be made. Some tweaking has to be done to make that work. And so, where the vehicle or the robot mode may suffer a little bit because of that, a lot of people complaining about that. You got that big back piece jutting out, but they made him sturdy. He does not fall over. His legs hold that weight very well. So, um, and other things like that. But I'll go into that in the other video. The thing I was saying is, one, this is a collaboration that, for any critique I have on this figure, I'm glad they made it because to me, it's
Mm.
it's fulfilling a desire I've had to have a transformer that fits 1/18 scale figures for the longest time. I bought this 3D printer 2 years ago specifically with the purpose in mind to print a Optimus Prime that I could put a GI Joe into the cab of. That was like the whole point. And it's been 2 years. I've attempted it several times, and it's a lot harder than you think. But someday. And then they go ahead and announce these. This is the other one that they announced.
Look
This is
that.
the now this is a weird character choice because they chose the Awe Striker, and I would imagine this Awe Striker also will be a one-for-one match to the GI Joe Awe Striker. But they chose to put Bumblebee in there, which is a weird choice. The colors kind of clash a little bit there.
Yeah.
Bumblebee is just a really popular character, but there was a Transformer character named Beachcomber that did transform into a dune buggy. So, it kind of seemed like that would have been like the wise choice. Um, and like I said, so if you look at it from the perspective of, oh, so Kieran Ball just saying, he just checked, and that Red Hood's appearance is based on the Red Hood Outlaw comic book from 2019. Okay, well, thank you so much, Karen. I appreciate that because a lot of the Spin Master figures were based on, I guess, recent comics, which I haven't really been involved in. But I will tell you, if you watch some of the recent animated Batman things, there's like the kind of like the trilogy, the Son of Batman, Batman vs. Robin, and then Batman. I forget the other one. Bad Blood, I think it was called.
Hmm.
There's a lot of villains and characters in it that resemble loosely the Spin Master figures. So I think that's kind of cool. So there we have the toy that I just showed here, the one that I have, and these are the two that they've announced. So this one just came out. This one's coming out in a couple months. Once again, um, do I collect the classified line? No, I don't. I think they're okay and everything, but I kind of didn't move to 6 inch because I have so much of the 3 3/4 or 4 inch scale stuff.
Yeah,
So it just to
Will's a
me,
big 3 3/4 inch guy.
yeah, it's not that I have anything against it. It's just that I have so much, and to buy all those figures over again and to start over again. I mean, I do appreciate what they've done there, but no, I don't. DC animated stuff is awesome. Yeah, those are great movies. And I was just saying, if you need like a jumping off point, if you watch those three movies, you'll see a lot of those characters represented in the Spin Master line, in my opinion. Um, yeah, Hound the Army Jeep instead of Bumblebee would have been great. They did a San
Maybe they
Francisco
can
Comic Con. Yep, they did a San Francisco Comic Con like collaboration. Like this is going on 10 years ago, where they just did like repaint of Joe vehicles as Transformers, and I thought that was really lame. I thought the concepts were kind of cool, but the implementation of it was kind of lame. Um, Kieran Ball saying size really does matter, especially to Will and Bill. Yeah. Uh, And then Bjorn chiming in there that 118 is his preferred scale, but I like the 112 stuff. I mean, you can't beat the the details, the articulation, and everything. Some of the toy photography, like Jim Largo pulls off with the 112 stuff, beautiful, looks great. Um, so that's good. So these are either I'm finding like people are just polarized with this. Like they either love these or they hate them. Um, and I don't really see too much of in the middle. And I'm kind of in the middle on them. I like them, but I could definitely point out some things that they can improve on. I think the character choice is a little weird, but I'd rather them making them than not, And in this case, I'll take it. I'll take. I of course I ordered the Bumblebee. Um, so
I
oh
would
wait,
take it. I would take it any time.
I
For
yeah,
will, I will address those who wonder why people are into the 3 3/4 scale. 3 3/4 scale is perfect if you want to have vehicles and play sets with your figures.
yeah.
One
yeah,
Which
twelfth
I
scale
mean,
is just
they're doing
out of the
1/12
cost range
now,
to make vehicles.
but I think they're cost prohibitive. You know, and they take up a lot of space too. But they're not undoable. They can be done. There's a Batman clawing at Megatron. I just think this is a really fun toy. I saw one guy, he gave it to his kid, and his kid was playing with it, and it's a pretty rugged toy. He was saying, "Yeah, James would get them, but he's reducing." Understandable. So then this is the question I ask. So if the focus of the toy line is to shoehorn a transformer into an existing GI Joe shape, because that seems like what I mean, and then like some of the things, because if you were to just you need the scale to be kind of consistent. What are some? Okay, so I went over to 3D Joe's and I pulled up some Joe vehicles, and I was looking at them. They did a version of the Rattler that was why can't I think of his name right now? I'm drawing a blank. I'll go to something else. There's the original Wall Striker. There's the Dragonfly. These are some great. And that slide there, just so you know, 3D Joe's is archiving and all the GI Joe vehicles, toys, playsets, everything. You go over to 3djoes.com. Uh, Carson Metaxas is I think the site. He runs the site there. He's the guy behind that. 3D Joe's and the new Operation Recall, where he brought the designers and some of the original people from the GI Joe line back, and they're designing figures again. So really cool stuff. Check out his site. These beautiful pictures come from his site. So the Claw. This was a single person like backpack worn, kind of jet thing. I don't know. You thinking Laserbeak could take this? Um, since we had GI Joe versus Cobra, these are great. Yep. Yeah, the comic series kind of didn't really like have. I don't know. It was. There's been like 3 or 4 different versions of it. It's a very confusing storyline. I tried to do some research on it. Um, oh, what is his name? Jeez, I can't think of it. But you got the Dragonfly. You got the Power Strike. So yeah, that could be that. The Fang Copter was a small copter, and what I was looking at was vehicles in about this size. So I look at this something. Couldn't Oh, you could be a Gen 2 Seeker. Yeah, that could be cool. Like the Snowcat, it's a half track. It doesn't necessarily have to be for snow purposes. It could be used for anything. I've seen people take the back and cut off that missile rack and put like a canopy and make it like a van, like a cargo van or a medical unit, So
just
there's
cool,
the
cool.
Vamp. That's the iconic GI Joe Jeep. That could be Hound. Yeah, I think that would be great. But you've also got like something like this with the Wolverine, yeah, or the Stinger. If they went to
Oh,
with the Vamp, the engineering for the Vamp could be used for the Stinger, the Vamp Mark II, different recolors. So you could have all those like mid-sized G1 characters kind of occupy. The vehicle modes. Yes, they're the same, but they have different accessories. But that's engineering that you'd have to do once, and you could get 3 or 4 different characters out of it. Same thing here. Now, I will tell you, I thought I had another slide. I thought I had the Cobra did a tank based on the Mobat called the Cat. It was a red and black version, and I think that would be a cooler Megatron because Megatron did have G2 had a green tank version, of Megatron, which was pretty cool. And I know they used that mass shifting gimmick, so he could become the size of a gun, which is kind of kooky. I don't know. What are your thoughts, guys, on the series? Do you think this is a misfire, or do you think it's pretty cool, or somewhere in the middle?
I think it's pretty cool. It's just not my cup of tea. I think it's
Sure.
odd to have the Transformers transforming into GI Joe vehicles. I mean, I remember the original comic book series where the Transformers met the GI Joes, and they were just Transformers, and GI Joe was
Yeah.
just GI Joe.
What
Sure.
I love about it, for me, it closes like a cultural gap. You have to understand that in Europe, especially in Germany, military toys, there is a hardly different view on it, right? So it was for me in my childhood very difficult, if not impossible, to get any military toy. I did know GI Joe because we had BBC, and German kids speak English very early, so I did knew GI Joe, but from the English channels, it was not available. No comics, no toys, nothing. Then there was a small gap at the end of the 80s to the mid of the 90s where you got these toys. And since then, people all over the world got more and more critical to that. So for me, it closes a gap. As Transformers always were popular with me and in Europe as well, I can link up with that as being a Transformer and having one more creative option to them, and having a military toy. Literally, I started with that a couple of time ago, because here in Mexico we have the privileged situation that we still have that, let's say, this cheap, accessible, fair type of military toys. You can get all these tanks, and you can get all these yeah, MG guns and all this kind of stuff. You can still get it. In Europe, it's impossible. So I always make the call. I'm supporting any military toy that I still can get, because I have the feeling they are dying out. They are taken away from us. No.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely. And that was another thing I was going to say was, for the crossover, I understand what they're doing here. They're trying to fit a transformer into the existing dimensions of the original GI Joe vehicle. So I get that, but I feel like if they wanted to do a line of transforming robots, Transformers or not, that had pilots, and they wanted to do that in the 1/18 scale, uh, they could do an original IP even where the riders and robots are kind of together,
Yeah, this is,
and
yeah,
Hasbro has it. They have the license for that, so they
yeah.
could do that. There was a guy who, and I lost it. I was trying to find it while you were talking there. He did concepts for a GI Joe Transformers crossover based, or that took place in like World War II, where all the vehicles and characters were based in World War II,
Oh
and
wow!
they look amazing. And
Excellent stuff.
yeah, I thought that would be a great thing because you're taking it totally out of both worlds. So it's combining the two things that you kind of like about G.I. Joe and the thing you like about Transformers, but it's taking them into their own world, which is back in World War II, like a what if scenario there. So I think that was pretty cool. I'd like to see that made, and rather than trying to squeeze it into these existing characters, because
Yeah,
Hasbro,
yeah,
they're not
exactly.
going to
I
give up
wanted,
their
yeah. Yeah, but it's not only Hasbro. I mean, you know that I'm a big Mattel lover, at least a big
sure.
lover of the brand Masters of the Universe. But even there, it's the same. Even there, it's the same. They hatched the milk out of the millionth version of He-Man. Now it's Thunder Punch He-Man. Even without Thunder Punch, it's just a new design version. Yeah, it's Thunder Punch He-Man without a Thunder Punch.
Well,
It's just,
what
yeah.
we come to the conclusion of there, Rolo, was that in order to have the swappable parts and everything, they couldn't include the Thunder Punch.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, I read that, but for me, this is ridiculously
but
incorrect.
I agree. If they would include a few little action features, just a few little action features.
I Jesus. I mean, from my point of view, if we can do that here in Mexico, and it's a minimum requirement for all and every cheap toy that is going here to be sold to kids, in order that people buy it. Don't tell me Mattel cannot do that. That is
Oh,
that is
they could very well do it, but I don't think they want to spend the effort or the money
Yeah, and then what I
for
heard as well, and then it's the caps. You nowadays it's too dangerous for kids having blank
caps
powder
are
caps.
harmless.
Yeah, I heard out of
They have a little
I
bit of
heard
gunpowder
I
in them, makes
heard
them more powerful.
all kind of things that I was better off to say nothing and just go back into the lurk bill, because otherwise I will lose my consciousness on that though.
Yeah,
Hey,
Dash.
hey, that's fine, you know. So I don't know. I guess the jury's out there. I'll do maybe a more in-depth video there. But like I said, I've watched videos where people either just completely lambast at this thing, they hate it,
Yeah.
the collaboration. But then again, like I said,
I think
teach
the
their own.
idea that you can actually put figures in it is novel.
Yeah. Oh well,
So
like so Jordan brought up, he just said transforming robots with pilots sounds a lot like Power Rangers or Voltron. Sure, but they never did it well. You know what I mean? They never had the pilots really integrated with it, and I think that's the part that hasn't been done correctly, or as well as it could have been. There were those panache place
Almost
ones.
Largo, they could make that Sky Striker turn into one of the transforming
Hmm.
Transformers. Yeah, that would be cool.
That
I
would be
want to come
cool.
back for one second.
Starscream.
Why, Willem? You should do a video on that vehicle. First of all, it offers a lot to show here, the transforming, and it doesn't matter if there's a couple of other people already put it on the internet. I think your
Yeah, I'm
subscribers
just not.
want to see your opinion, and I also think that
Mhm.
I haven't seen it so far. So everybody
Okay.
has a different reach out, right? So I would see it the
Yeah.
first time with you here, and I think for several reasons you should do a video on it. People here want to have your point of view on it. No,
What do you think,
Okay.
Rollo?
I'll do it.
Don't you think that he ought to go ahead and film himself transforming it and then speed it up like Toy Ploy and put some little music behind it?
If I
Andale.
could, if Bill, if I could figure out how to do that, I
Yeah,
will. Yeah, I just got to figure it all out. I'm new to this, so
I think that
yeah,
sounds difficult. I was about to say.
yeah. I
Oh,
don't
it's not
know. I don't
difficult
know.
at all. All you gotta do is just speed the video up, take the sound out, and stick music in it.
Yeah,
All right.
but you're a
I'm
professional, Bill, and we're some
I'm
rookie.
not a professional. I use for the most part, I use the included Microsoft stuff that's in my computer to do things. Now I do have a couple of new
Okay.
packages that I picked up. I've
Yeah,
been keep,
a few in
Yeah,
25
I
years
was
of
gonna say
hard
that's
labor. No,
guys. That's
no.
everything I got last week. I'm sorry. I also got a speeder bike from James Salzberg. I forgot to show it on stream, but thank
Oh,
you so much, James. So that's gonna go with my other two. I think I got them up here somewhere, but I'll put a Jedi Luke on that one. So it's not a problem to add a review that others have done. In fact, it
no.
attracts new subs. Well, sure. You know what? I'll put the video out with my thoughts on it, because I think my thoughts also. I do have some critiques. I didn't get it all the way into them here, but and then there's also things that I absolutely love about this line, and I want them to continue doing. So let's take a look at what Bill's got. So that's everything for me. Bill, you got some cool stuff there. What show us what you got?
well, on a recent trip to Walmart, not the last one. I picked up Mankind here, Mick Foley, and I showed him off about a couple of weeks ago. That mask is removable, and you can see Foley's pretty little mug underneath there. I got Papa Shango, but I only got him really to steal his necklace so that I could put him on my Conan figure. And there's the dead man's back there, Undertaker, and I picked up this little dragon creature here. He was in the cheap toy section. He kind of said he wanted to come
Is
home.
that
So
from Walmart?
yeah, Walmart.
Okay.
Oh,
I noticed the dinosaurs they got are looking pretty good. They're like generic dinosaurs. They've upped their game on those. They're looking pretty
Well,
cool.
some of the dinosaurs that are over there in the cheap toy section look like what the Shelik, is that the name of the
Yeah,
brand? They look
Schleich,
like those
Schleich,
dinosaurs. They have the opening mouths and all
yeah,
that stuff. And
that
I've actually
dragon
picked
that,
up a
that
couple of
shoots
those.
smoke,
Just I've
really
got
cool.
one back here in the box somewhere, but I don't know what I did with him. But yeah, I picked up one of those. He's a kind of a bluish color. I was thinking about putting some googly eyes on him and transforming him into a monster for He-Man to fight. But
Yeah,
these little guys here, I mean, they look
I
great
like
in the
I like
background.
those wrestlers that are the same scale, and Buck is the Masters of the
They
Universe guys.
they
That's a
do,
cool
and
crossover.
they make great fodder for customizing.
That
Uh,
mankind. I mean, look at him. He looks great. He would fit right in with Masters of the Universe.
he does, and what I like about them right now is they actually have soft goods on them. The shirt there that mankind's wearing is soft
I see
goods.
that. Yeah. Didn't someone
The
have one with a Jim was talking about the one with the lab coat? Oh no, that was a different figure. I'm sorry.
that would be the beast that
The
Brian
beast
Head Jim
lab coat.
was.
But you know what? You could use that. But you got a nice coat there. James Salzberg saying, "I'm kind of shocked that they produced Papa Shango. I'm glad they did, but I expect that
Well,
modern concerns
it
cancel
was
him
either
out."
him or the Godfather, and you know they're not going to do the Godfather.
Yeah, Schleich always made great beasts. They really do, man. That company is like,
Did you know that Schleich is one of the most traditional German toy companies that we have around? It's
but they're
even older.
expensive, but they're quality.
They,
Very.
yeah, they're expensive. They even for German relations for the section that they're working on, they're expensive. But all over the years, for example, like mine, it dictated my youth. They had all the things like the Smurfs and stuff. Like they had all the villages. They had all the knights and everything. So I love them. I really love them.
And
Yeah, they're
Bjorn,
not cheap.
What I'm
Bjorn
showing off
adding
here
there
is
that
I'm
they're
showing off
also anatomically
bags
correct.
of arms and legs and torsos and just all kinds of cool stuff. I found a fellow on eBay called Chop
Wow.
Shop Toys, and all he does is sell just arms and legs. So if you want
Oh,
like a
cool.
different arm or leg, and you don't want to buy a whole figure just to get that arm or
What
leg,
was
you can
that
get
called again? What was it called?
Chop Shop. Chop
Motu
Shop Toys.
Chop Shop? Chop Shop Toys? That's a
Yeah.
pretty cool thing. Yeah.
So I got an arm there to go on Stone Cold because I stole his mechanical arm and made my Cronus figure into a trap jaw figure.
Okay.
So
Okay. Pretty cool.
that I think that arm there comes from one of the newer He-Man figures, and
Yeah.
of
I
course
like that
that's what
elbow joint that they added there. That helps. Do they swivel also, those arms, or is it just swivel at the wrist?
they do this
Oh,
and they do
yeah. It's
this
pretty
and
good. Yeah. You get some nice
so,
poses there.
yeah.
That's a classic He-Man grip he's got on his hand there.
Yeah. And I've noticed that the WWE figures come with a new gripping hand that didn't come with Masters of the Universe hands. And you can see Mankind's got it here. It's a more open grip than the
Yeah.
classic grip there.
Yeah,
See
the other one
that?
looks like they kind of just took the axe or sword or something and like just melted it or pushed it into the hand. So
Right now, what's interesting though is these figures come with extra hands. The WWE figures, they come with sets of extra hands. And I'm going to go ahead and pop this bag open because this is Mankind's extra hands. I've got a on the edge here and pop that tape up. I may have to cut it. I'm going to have to cut it. Yeah, cut that. Ooh, and I'm going to show you that they also
uh,
include the regular
Adam
grip.
from Radical Toys saying the classic Origins He-Man buck in that line, just like the predecessor Motu WWE.
Here we
if I'm
go.
correct.
Here
That
is
makes sense.
here's mankind's extra hands, and as you can see, he's got two open palms, one for the right hand, one for the left, and he's got the classic grip hands,
Okay.
and he's got one closed fist. So,
Ah, nice, nice.
and
And you could use
all of
those
the
for,
WWE figures come with those hands. And while I was at Chop Shop
that's
Toys, I
a pretty
bought
good value. How much are those WW? How much are those WWEs? I'm sorry, if you don't
they
mind me
cost
asking.
$20 a piece, about $20, and they have gone up in
Which is
price. They were
little steep, but they do give you a lot for your money, though, right? As far as accessories, I think the cloth goods.
you got cloth goods, accessories. You got hats. You got like a whole bag full of hands.
Okay,
And like I said,
I'm
I
just
bought
saying
some
they've got good
more
crossover
lady
there.
legs.
You know.
So I got some lady legs here that have the new knees on them. So one of my old flappy knee ladies is going to get some new knees here in the future.
Nice, nice. And
Yeah.
so, what Radical Toys was saying was they use the same body parts as Origins, is what he was saying. Okay,
Yes, they
cool.
do. They do.
Okay,
All the body parts are swappable with Origins figures, which makes for great customizing. And I've already done a bit of that. I'm still working
yeah,
on this one. I got to shift some boxes around here to get him out, but I'm going to show you for the first time on your channel.
woohoo!
Oh
Hey,
my, it's going to debut on your channel a figure that I am working on, and here he is. Let me get him out. I'm not finished with him by any means. He's in a state of flux, and I want everyone to take a look at this and see if they can guess who this is.
this is gonna be great. I can't wait.
Move these guys back.
That's Kazar. No, who is it?
That is Savage He-Man.
Savage He-Man. Okay, yeah, then they're both
That is
haired
He-Man.
savages.
He first emerged from the jungle and decided that he was going
Oh,
to
from
go
the book, from the original comic that you
protect
did the
Castle
video on.
Grayskull. He came out of the jungle. He right now he's got Stratos's ankles and feet on him.
Oh
I
yeah.
can't find any bare feet for him, but I'm working on that. I'm thinking about taking these Stratos legs and sanding off the hair on them and then painting it with a flesh tone that kind of matches the other. And if you notice, he doesn't have any wrist cuffs on yet. Now, if you
Yeah.
look underneath his loin cloth there, you can see a hint of
Oh
his
no!
belt.
Hold on, Bill. It's not that kind of channel. Take it easy.
Yeah.
I'm looking under the
He's wearing his standard He-Man shorts underneath there, but I'm
Yeah,
going to get one of these old wrestlers back here, and I'm going to fix it up where he can be naked
yeah.
under there.
That's cool. So he's saying, well, Jordan Jorgensen saying, I'd like to see a Thundar the Barbarian in He-Man style. That's kind of
That would
cool.
be cool and doable as well
And
with
yeah,
what we've got now. Yeah, that could be very doable.
I like
I
that. I really
just
like that you took that mini comic concept and you're now bringing it to life in
Yeah,
action figure form.
that's one of
Sorry,
the
Rolo, go ahead.
that's one of the reasons why I haven't yet
yeah.
done the last two mini comics that I haven't done yet. The He-Man and the Power Sword mini comic. There's too much that I still haven't done to create that. And the final one is I kind of want to get He-Man and the Power Sword out of the way before I even start working on the final one. But they're coming someday. Just stay tuned. I'll get them. I bet Kate Master could do a Thundar outfit. He probably could. Matter of fact, Kate Master has been on my channel. I did an interview with him not too long ago, and he did say that he does custom work depending upon what you want. Although he does charge a little extra, and that's understandable.
Can I just say something real quick? I just want to tell you, guys, I had He-Man when I was growing up. I enjoyed the cartoon. I enjoyed the lore. I really liked Masters of the Universe. It's not a toy line I collect or have collected in years, right? But watching Bill go through his collection has been one of the joys of this year. I enjoy watching his joy and his collecting and customizing those figures. Masters Maniac Mech Mexico, same thing. If you guys aren't following Bill's channel, you really should check it out because the
Thank
stuff
you.
he does with that, like I
You.
said, why would I watch a toy line that I don't even collect unless it was? It's because the presenter there is just having such a great time with it. So I just wanted to put that out there, guys. This toy community is great, and what's great about it is not really so much the toys; it's the people in it. So just wanted to put that out there. I'll shut up now. Okay, I'm embarrassed. Now I'm
Yeah,
Well,
embarrassed.
it's your channel. But I just wanted to answer a question. Jim, I said, Bill just reminded me, showing us the Savage He-Man and saying about the Stratos feed, that he on his channel brought up something about Stratos and the theory that he had about Stratos not always being a good guy or not in
well,
general being a good guy,
well,
right?
yeah, that's correct, Rolo. If you rewatch my in depth stream, you will notice that Stratos is one of Skeletor's lackeys
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
first comic, and then
yeah.
later on, he is shown to be a hero. But of
Yeah, I
course, we,
wanted.
we know we know the reason behind that. But as a child reading the comics, you wouldn't. So you have to kind of fill in the gaps in your mind. And one of the things that I thought of was that Stratos was originally a bad guy, but he became a good guy when he met He-Man because he saw what a hero is, and he saw that Skeletor was not a good guy, and that what Skeletor was doing was bad, and so
And
he
Bill, that's
turned.
a classic kind of thing that's happened, in the kids' stories and cartoons from when we were a kid. There was examples of that where someone started off as
Right?
a
And it's the same
misguided
thing
or a
with
bad person.
Merman.
Yeah,
Who?
it
It's the same
even.
thing. It's the same thing in reverse with Merman.
Yeah,
Merman was
Okay.
yeah,
originally a good guy,
yeah,
but he became a bad guy
yeah.
because he coveted the
Yeah,
things
well,
that
not.
He-Man had.
Oh.
I can give even a third perspective to all that. Again, referring to my German lore, especially the audiobooks that we have
Mhm.
and this large history. So in the audiobooks, Stratos never appears like the good guy. He is an independent guy to be the best said. He's taking more the role like Zodek as well as Merman takes the role, or we have other representatives like Triclops or Webster, which in the German lore is a represent kind of a king of the spider humans or whatever you want to call them, and
Let,
he's
let's let's
representing this type. No,
let's address Adam for a moment. He says it's the egg of Avion. And there, it's actually the emerald staff of Avion that you're
yes,
referring to there, Radical Toys. And there are two versions of that staff. There's the version that appeared on Filmation, and then there's the version that appeared in the mini comics. And I have a treat for you guys if y'all will indulge me here
I
while I
like
talk.
treats, but I was gonna say that was like getting some Motu school in there from Bill. Jeez, don't mix up your avian. Hey, listen, don't mix up your egg and your gems around Bill because
Now
he'll.
I can understand why
I'm
Adam
just
said
kidding.
now
said
yeah, no, but that is
Hey,
not a joke. You
Hazel,
should
how are you?
you should never mix up your eggs around any other man. Not,
all right, I can understand
Yes,
why he would say egg. Now I don't have
yeah.
Stratos' backpack on him here, but I'm gonna bring out my Stratos and something that I just purchased and also upgraded a little bit after I got it.
All
But
right.
here is Stratos with the staff of Emerald staff of Avion in his hand.
So this is what
Now
they coveted and led them to evil, or tell us.
this is what gives the people of Avion the power of flight is this staff. This staff gives
Gotcha.
them the power of flight. However, they don't need the jetpacks to fly because they can fly with their wings and the magic of the staff of Avion. The jetpacks allow them to fly faster.
I thought it was just his his hairy chest was just so macho that
Yeah,
gravity
well,
just wouldn't mess
but
with him
anyway,
and he
this
fly.
staff of Avion, I can see where he thinks of egg because of the egg shape of the top
Could
here.
be an egg in the staff, or
It
they
could
could
be.
be. egg worshippers because they are bird
But
people. And
this staff, the toy here staff, I purchased from Talos Dream Shop. It comes all in that green color when you get it. The gold was painted on by me to match the mini comic in which it appeared. And in that mini
very
comic,
cool.
Skeletor stole the staff of Avion from the people of
Yeah,
Avion to
exactly.
bring a monster back to life that had. Uh, oh, Sergeant Slaughter's in the house. Hey, what's going on, Zazel?
Yeah, that was a great joke, by the way. Space Commander, excellent delivery, top notch. So, Bill, do you have any other plans to make mini comics? Like, are you going to do a whole series on this and maybe do like a video on that? Is that something?
Yeah, the last video that I did, the in depth, was on He Man and the Power Sword. That was part one. Part two, which will come up in the future sometime or another, whenever I get a chance to actually cut it together. I'm going to go into the second mini comic. I think it's the King of Castle Grayskull, which was it's an excellent little comic book because in that comic, Skeletor actually gets both halves of the Power Sword, gains control of Castle Grayskull, and He-Man and his allies have to stop him. But what's interesting about that comic is it's basically a ad for Castle Grayskull. It shows Skeletor going through Castle Grayskull and
Yeah,
all of the
I think that's
features.
really cool that you're doing the customs based on those mini comics and bringing them to life. So that's really cool. I like that.
Yeah, and
And
I will point out that I love Chop Shop Toys because this spear here is the spear that came with the Ultimate Warrior figure.
oh,
I think that'd be Masters of WWE Ultimate Warrior came with that spear, but that spear is actually just a repop of the spear that came with the Savage Ular, the Savage He Man that Mattel Classics did way back when the
cool.
fellow that doesn't like me to talk about, Scott Nylick, was in charge there, if you
Oh,
remember.
gotcha. All right, well, that's really cool stuff you got there, Bill, and I'd love to see more about it. So, guys, just so you know, if you are not subscribed to Bill Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures channel, you really should go over there and check it out. Like I said, I'm not even into Motu, and I sit there and watch them, and I can listen to the lore and all that.
Now,
You know, I mean, I remember it and stuff like that.
let me address what Zazel has a comment here. I didn't know the
Yeah.
rockets were for speed, but it makes sense. You have to understand that the series in the mini comics is separate from Filmation, and some of the things that Filmation did, they would do them in the mini comics as well, but the story is slightly tweaked. So in the mini comics, the Avion people have the power of flight without jetpacks. But I think in the Filmation series, the jetpacks are it, and the staff of Avion looks totally different. And I actually have a Filmation style Stratos back here with a Filmation style staff of Avion. If you want me to pull it out, I will. But just give me the okay there.
Yeah, and I will keep on trying to
Yeah, go for it.
ignore Willem's comments here not to be into Moto. For me, it's absolutely impossible that anyone in the world is not into Moto.
I'm not saying
And
I'm not
this,
into it. I am into it because I watched you guys.
He
I'm
doesn't
just saying I'm
collect.
not
He
currently
doesn't
collecting.
collect it,
I
Roland.
have
We
my
know you're
classics.
a
I
maniac.
have. I'm not saying I'm not into it. I'm not putting it down in any way. I love the lore, love the
I
cartoons,
see,
love the toys when I was a kid.
I see a year's membership in the Motus Charities Club for Christmas hanging on your walls, my friend. I see that coming.
Uh,
I
all
see something
right.
coming.
So,
I see
Rolo,
something coming.
did you want to show us part of your diorama today, or do you want to schedule that for a later time?
Yeah, I would. If you want to do the diorama, we would need some time, buddy. So if you have next
Okay.
Tuesday, we do the diorama before
Yeah.
I'm packing it up, and I bring it into the right shape for you. Actually, Jim helped me to install a new camera for this project, so
Oh,
I can
cool.
have really good pictures for you, and we can have an open
Yeah,
discussion
excellent.
about
And
building, modding, figuring, and stuff like
awesome.
that.
Yeah, I know because you've got so much knowledge when it comes to this stuff, and I think that's where we originally found you. Bill found you with when you were doing your secret recipe for glow in the dark paint, right, or resin.
No,
And
No, he
actually,
was
what
I
with
was.
me.
that was you, Bill.
Yes, I found him because he did some sea monkey videos, and all my
Yeah,
life I was a sea monkey killer. So I tried to find out how not to kill my next sea monkeys, which I did. Obviously, I did kill them, but anyway, then a little bit later, a couple of weeks later, he started his first live stream, and I said, "Oh,
that's right. That's right.
I will be
Yes,
on there," and I was on there straight away. And since then, I'm there, and from the first
mhm.
moment on, from
But
the first
I
moment on.
distinctly remember like Bill telling me to go check out your channel, and then I went over and I was checking out your live stream when you were doing the glow in the dark, and that's kind of how I remember us meeting. But I
Andale.
could be wrong.
No,
What do you
that's
got first?
right. That's right. My little chemistry program.
Yeah, yeah. So I'd love to see that, Rolo. We should get together off cam, I guess, during the week, and we'll coordinate it. So you guys heard it
And
here
Yes.
first. We're going to see the
there he is.
ultimate Rolo. What is it? Eternia playset, or it's a
Yeah,
Motu diorama?
it's Eternia diorama. It includes the universe with the several planets that surround Eternia as well. So it's the landscape. It tries to imitate or include all the basic issues that
You heard
has
it
already
here first,
presented.
folks. You come back next Tuesday at 7 o'clock next Tuesday. I can't do it at 6 next week.
Uh,
So 7
I
p.m.
have to
Eastern
ask
time,
Rollo.
and Rolo's going to take us on a tour through his
Especially when
wonderful
you're from
diorama.
Japan, because if you're from Japan, my diorama probably will be bigger than your housing.
I have seen Rollo's diorama that he's speaking of, and it's
Una
something to
sicona.
behold. Now, have you upgraded
Hola,
it since you
amigo.
showed it off last
Aquí
on your
estoy.
channel?
Ya. Ándale, voy a bajar las paquetes,
He's
amigo.
talking to somebody.
I'm following this 100%.
A ver, aquí tengo. Voy a
He
buscar,
said,
claro,
like
amigo.
and subscribe, people. That's what he
Sí,
just said.
sí. Va.
See? Yeah, that's what he said. He said, we'll see you next month. See
give me
Monkey
give me five
Massacre.
give me 5 minutes. The last
Rolo, go
packages
right
are
ahead.
going to get picked up. So give me
All
five
right, all
minutes.
right.
I will be
You
back.
got it,
While,
buddy.
while he's
No
taking care of
problem.
that, we'll take a look here. We got Filmation Stratos here on display.
Okay,
And,
Filmation Stratos. Let's just go to the chat real quick. I just wanted to address a couple of the messages there. So Nolan saying hi. That was a while ago. I just wanted to say hi. Jordan saying that Grindhead Jim got him into Motu a little. So now he has some of those Mega Construct sets. Um, Sergeant Slaughterhouse giving Bill a nice shout out there.
thank
And
you, Zazel. I
also,
appreciate you
Sergeant
there, brother.
Slaughterhouse, Zazel, if you guys don't follow him, I mean, or check out any of his videos or
Oh
streams,
yeah,
you gotta
if
check him
you're into
out.
wrestling and you love Sergeant Slaughter himself, the Sergeant Slaughter will come on Zazel's show every now and then. His daughter.
Also, if you just want some awesome streams, I watched Zazel's stream last weekend. He turned me on to two new channels. So now that's even more YouTube I'm watching. Yeah, really, he had a great stream, great discussion about Sergeant Slaughter's Marauders, and then they turned it into the Mad Marauders now. So just a great stream, great channels there. They did like a streamathon, like three different streams. It was great, really cool, awesome community. Please, if you're not subscribed, go check it out. I'm sure you are because all you guys watch all this stuff.
And that's
So then,
true.
just
The
also
Stratos'
wanted to
wife
comment on.
is in the Filmation. That's right. And but yeah, you can see here that my custom figure is actually wearing
Yes.
a
Oh, hold on. Bill's James
vintage
Salzberg just brought
backpack.
something up too. Slaughter daughter is just an angel. I mean, just great. Every time she's on with you, Zazel, you guys have such a great time. There's one live stream where they were just having a great time. They just went for like hours. I think like I even like had to go somewhere. I came back home and like 4 hours later they were still on talking
They're
because they
still
were
on.
having such a great time. Yeah, it's just great stuff. Also, like the Sergeant Slaughter stories are just fantastic. He also has like tons of great clips and stuff like that. So if you're into GI Joe at all, please go check out his channel. So cool. And I'm so honored that he's even here watching this right now. So thanks.
Oh,
So I'm sorry,
he
but go
pops
right
in.
ahead.
And he pops in, and the thing about it is, Zazel's on a way different time zone than we are. So I don't even know what time it is there. It's probably the middle of the
Yeah,
night or something crazy. But
yeah,
it's good
and
to see you there, Zazel. But we were talking
this
about
just in though. I did just get a memo, and that is that Zazel has the best beard in the business. I
he
don't
does
know.
have an epic beard. He does have
That's
an
what
epic
I
beard.
heard. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. It comes from the rumor mill right down here. I got
He has an epic
it.
beard.
And Jordan saying, so, okay, before we get onto that, let's get back to this one. So many different storylines coming in. You've got the mini comics, you've got the Filmation series, you've got uh, this series, that series, and all the different like reboots that happened along the way. So the lore has been changed, turned around, switched around, and retconned.
There's a baseline and all of that, but it all started with the mini comics that came with the first figures. Those four mini comics constitute what I call the mini turnium. They're the first storyline, and that's the storyline that I follow, and I
Sure,
tend to make things try to fit in with that. Then uh, Mattel approached DC Comics because they wanted DC Comics to do the mini comics for them for the rest for the newer figures, and DC Comics said, "Okay, we'll do that, but you got to give us the license and let us do comic books with He-Man." And they said, "Okay, that's great because we can do marketing that way." And that's where you have the DC Comics Present, where He-Man meets Superman, and then that led into a 3-issue miniseries. The storyline
which
in that
I remember that. Yeah.
the storyline in that is actually based upon a treatment that was done pre-filmation with different ideas thrown into that. That some of them made it to filmation and some of them didn't. One of the big ones was that Orko's name was Gorpo originally and was changed to Orko by filmation. But the Prince Adam and Randor and Marlena concepts made it into DC Comics before filmation. And of course,
Sorry.
the storyline was still a little rougher than what Filmation was willing to do. I mean, you had Prince Adam with two girls on his arm in a tavern getting drunk, in the DC Comics, and that would never happen there in Filmation.
I see. I see. I see. All
But I was
right.
talking about Stratos here. He's got a vintage jetpack on his back here. That's vintage Stratos jetpack there that I put on him, and
Okay.
uh, and that makes a perfect. I've got the boots here come from Rey Mysterio, and that just when I saw those boots, I said, okay, if I put those boots on Stratos, we got Filmation Stratos, and you give him the Filmation staff of Avion, and there you have him.
Yeah. Is his mouth supposed to be like beak like? Is that
No,
something
his
or
mouth. They're actually. That's an interesting story that you bring up there because
because I just
Filmation
noticed.
made them look more human, but originally the Avion people were flying simians, which means that they were
Okay, I was going to say he had kind of like
like creatures
yeah, yeah, yeah.
or monkeys. You can call them monkey men or anthropoid
Sky
ape like.
monkeys. Could you call them sky monkeys?
Well,
Uh,
if you remember a classic movie, if I can remember the name of it, Wizard of Oz,
Thank you,
maybe
Kieran. Yeah, I
that I
think
think
I'm
that
familiar with it.
Stratos people were based upon the Wicked Witch's minions, the flying monkeys there from Wizard of Oz. But anyway, yeah, the original figure, their faces were very simian like, as you can see. So that's by design that they have that ape like look to their face. And of course,
Gotcha,
in
gotcha,
Filmation cartoons, they didn't want to do that, so they made him look more human like.
gotcha. They give him that cool little beard. Uh, yep.
Now,
Or
an interesting aside, the original Stratos vintage figures beard was blue as well.
Ah, gotcha, gotcha. I remember the character, but I don't remember the slight differences in the
There were
character, and
there
that's
yeah.
where
Well,
like an expert like you
you got
comes
the
in.
first release Stratos had a blue beard. Second release Stratos had a gray beard. First release Stratos had a red jetpack and blue wings. Second release Stratos had a blue jetpack and red wings.
Gotcha, gotcha. All right, well, pretty cool. Nice haul, nice customs. Thank you for sharing. And guys, that has been Motu 101 with your friend Bill. Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. Your next class is when is your next live stream there, Bill?
I'm hoping to do
This
a
Sunday.
regular live stream this coming Sunday at noon, like I normally do. I wasn't able to this past Sunday. I had an event I had to attend, and I had
Okay.
no choice but to. But if you go back and look at my channel, I put lots of cool stuff in all week long to make up for it.
Excellent,
I
excellent.
got two unboxings that are basically I cut them from a live stream. I've got me unboxing the stuff that Gojitron sent me, and then I got Grindhead Jim unboxing the stuff that I sent him. So that hey, there's Rolo down there. Oh, there's
Oh,
Rolo as He-Man, Rolo
that
Man.
wow! Did you order that from Hasbro?
No, I
No,
did
he
it.
made that.
I know,
He
I know.
made that himself.
Check him out. He's the master's
Oh, and
maniac.
a stripedy power sword, a candy cane power sword.
Yeah, the
Ah,
holiday
very
He-Man
good.
Power Sword. I did the holiday He-Man Power Sword for him.
Where'd
That's
you get that
cool, Rolo.
Resurrection Toys hat, huh?
He is Resurrection Toys down there in
I
Mexico.
know.
He's got he Speaking of Resurrection Toys, Rolo, I got a notice in my email box just about a couple of hours ago telling me that UPS is now in possession of a certain box that you sent and it is on its way.
Yes, my
Rolo,
friend.
James is saying that the Batcopter custom you did is amazing. And the Christmas sword there, too, yeah. Nolan's saying that's pretty awesome. Absolutely. Look at that. That
I
is
love
fantastic.
that Rolo head though.
Yeah. Can you tell us about that one? Is that just something that you had done, or do you have copies of that, or?
No, I can tell you about that. So this is a fun project from the last year that I did started on my channel. As you know, I do a lot of toy modding
Hmm.
and stuff like this. And I always wanted to have a Christmas tree with Masters of the Universe developed. And this stuff is amazingly expensive. You cannot afford
Yeah.
it. So I started myself on it, and I finished up with this. So in the way a lot of people saw it, and a couple of my friends were asking if they can have a He-Man or a Man at Arms or anything of themselves. And I said, yes, why not? As naive as I am, not calculating that just modeling a face that is not yours after a photo of people that you have never seen or rarely seen in your life is a really difficult issue. So I ran out of time quickly, and I got Marcus on board to help me out with like 50, 70% of the figures for the others. And we stamped this project last year, shortly before Christmas. But it was just a fun project, and I
Oh, the
always wanted to
likeness
be
is
He-Man.
really
I
good.
always wanted to be He-Man. No.
Yeah. That's a really great likeness. Yeah, that looks
When you
just
see
like
that, you know that's Rolo.
yeah, that came out great. It's fantastic. That's awesome.
Yeah, so
That
this
is
is
awesome.
kind of stuff that we have here in the diorama. I gave a lot of stuff away, as you know, because I need to
Yes.
minimize my collection for reasons. The next step will be that I need to give up the whole room here because I have to move. I cannot continue living here for my health conditions. It is all in the second store, and I'm hardly able now to manage that. In the near future, I will not be able at all. So I need to give stuff away, and it's all dedicated anyway. So this will be the last step here, but I will continue till the last breath, collecting. Yeah, my little knockoff toys that I love so much, my bootleg toys, and Masters of the Universe in form of Origins and the new CGI series that I also have a great fun with.
Oh, control. You like my knockoff pup, right? You
I
saw him
love
earlier.
it. I love
You really
it.
did
I
that?
saw your video yesterday.
Yeah, it's a patrol
Or
there.
it is,
He's
I
my
was I was immediately thinking on the brick sets that they're offering you here, Mexican bootleg, everything stolen, no, up to the sign on the box, but they just write on it prego in lugar de Lego, and then it's fine, it's fine.
gotcha. Oh, you got some. What are those there you got there, Bill?
This is what Gojitron sent to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
in your package you will find an additional light because if you turn the little robot there, there's a big hole in the back. It is made for the Mexican bootleg LED light. I put it
nice.
into your package.
Oh, that is awesome, Rolo.
I
Yeah,
put that into your package so you can put it the light that
yeah.
belongs in there. You put in there.
This is the bad guy from Mazinger Z. This is Garada K7. And
Okay.
this is Boss Borat. He is another mecha that was sort of friends with Mazinger Z, but not
I thought
necessarily
he was from.
always friends.
I thought he was from Sonic the Hedgehog. I thought he was
No,
the.
this
Whatever.
character
I
here,
know. It's way
are both
before that.
Mazinger characters, but
Uh,
uh, in the live stream that we did with the auction, they weren't selling, and I couldn't understand why. And I was like, "Man, those figures are awesome.
all
Somebody
right.
needs to buy them." And Gojitron ended up buying them, but he sent them to me.
That's awesome. So check this out. We got Rolo on cam right now, right? And he's looking good. He's feeling good right now, right? Uh, let's get him to show us some. No, I'm not even going to ask because he will. I was going to say let's get him to show us some resurrection toys behind the scenes, unproduced.
All right.
don't
You
Get him
uh,
in trouble with grinded
you
don't
want
gems.
to
don't
see
beat him
you
to
want to
man.
see
Get
stuff.
upset.
Huh?
Yeah. No.
No.
Okay. Okay. I know you won't do that.
I
But
can't. I can't.
I know. I
I
know.
can
I know.
I can tell about a little bit about the things.
Jim's
Whoa,
always
oh,
like, if you ask Noah, who's gonna see? There is
there
something.
is two things that I can show you.
Ah,
Yes, there is two things
oh,
that I
I
can
see
show you.
that awesome display behind you,
Oh,
which I have seen
so
Yeah,
I
before.
can show you
that's the sky that you can
I
see
can
there
show you
behind him
the
that Rolo's
exclusive
painted.
I can show you the exclusive shirts that are only coming if you're doing a toy order on Resurrection Toys.
Ah,
So
very
these are
cool.
not for order internationally without a toy purchase. They are exclusively for the toys here. We have different motives here. Have the two saying it never was a meteor. No, it
All
was
right, all
us.
right.
It was us. No, and here we got the same guys in
Oh,
the flame design
very nice.
fighting, and they come in this. Do you remember the 80s shirts that, and of course the one that I have on with the Xenozilla and
Yep,
Resurrection Toys? So
yes.
these are exclusive shirts that we are doing for the owners of these beautiful figures. So if you want to order one, you
I'm
can
gonna have
only.
to get some, and we're gonna also have to get one for Zazel, who he just said he loves them. Zazel's gonna be in the states for Joe Fest this year. It's gonna
Oh,
happen, but we need. I think you need XXXL for Zazel to fit it over that beard, to get the shirt on. We need the extra
Epic
extra.
beard.
Yeah,
so do
but
you
we
remember
got
in
to
the
get him
80s?
a shirt, and if I see him at Joe Fest, I will give him one of those shirts. That'd be great.
Well, in the 80s, I had a brown shirt with these kind of glitter latex vinyl ET printed
Yes,
on it. Do you
yes,
remember this stuff?
yes. I
It was
it was like
very popular.
yes, they were heavy. Like you could
Yeah,
feel the logo. Like
yeah. And
yes,
we brought it back. It's the same stuff. I
very
I gave
cool.
I gave the hell to our designer lady because she says,
Why?
"Yeah, it's nice that you want it, but it's not existing anymore." And I said, "Okay,
Yeah.
then you need to make it." And then she said, "How I will make that?" Well, I can help you with a little of composition, but in the end you need to do it. And we came out with the perfect composition, so we brought that aspect back. It is a real retro. Yeah, it's another
Yeah, I love
resurrection.
those shirts.
The only question I have, Rolo, is how did you get Grindhead Jim to sign off on
I didn't ask.
that?
there you go. There you go. That's how you do it, right?
It's always
And then what?
it's always better to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission, right, Rolo?
Who's gonna
Yeah.
see that shirt and then be like, "How dare you make an awesome shirt?" No one's gonna do that. They're gonna love it. They're gonna love it. Zazel saying legendary, perfect. And then Jordan saying he needs three of those shirts. So yeah,
So to
I
be
will
honest,
be getting
to
a
be
box
honest,
set.
He needs 3X. What he needs is 3X. Bjorn's a big guy. He needs 3X shirts, and I think only 2X are
Oh,
available
oh,
right now.
oh, is
yeah.
that
Well,
what he's saying? I thought he needs
Yeah.
three each of
well,
those.
we have to
Three of those.
say two things. The two X to double X in Mexico should be equivalent to what you know as 3X. We have a lot of chubby people here. Actually, Mexico is the fattest country in the world.
I
That
thought
is
it was
what.
the United
That
States.
No,
can't
it's
be true.
Mexico.
That
It's
cannot be true.
Mexico. We have more people. It's Mexi. It's
Okay.
Mexico.
All right.
It's
You live there.
Mexico.
You're saying it. That's fine. I don't want.
It's Mexico. It's Mexico, my
Okay.
friend.
All
So
right.
Well,
whatever.
it's all that good
But
Mexican
we are
food that they
we are
have on
on
there.
it, and there's a difference. There's a difference between the shirts that you can get exclusive, what I just showed, and the shirts that you can get anyway. So if you want just the Resurrection Toys logo or whatever on your shirt, we have these shirts. These are available up to double double S or double X or triple
Okay.
X. No problem. You can have them right now. As I know, they're available and they are for international shipping within a couple of days.
Oh,
Jim
great.
was looking for a partner for us doing that, and he found one. And we have that. But these shirts are exclusively made for the guys that have, or the girls that have these great figures, that have an association. And it's my idea, as we just talked about it, because I wanted to have kind of a fan shirt. I mean, me
Hmm.
myself, I go and buy He-Man t-shirts, no?
Yeah.
And I love this idea. I want to present it to the outside. Okay, here I am. I have this figure. I'm a collector. I know a lot about this shit. So I want to go out with my creations as well. No, so this was the basic idea. And as I'm very bling bling, and yeah, I'm always was rock and roll and jewels and stuff and diamonds. So
That's fantastic. Well, you got
that's
anything else to show us today, Rolo?
what else I should show you today. I should show you nothing today. Otherwise, I get cut off my head. Now I only get cut off my tongue. But otherwise,
Okay.
I
All
will
right.
I
Well, it's
will get
awesome
cut
to
off.
see you. Just seeing you on cam is just great because we always just
Well,
see your
Zazel,
picture there.
all we can say is that the cracking will be here, but it's been delayed just slightly. So just stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
not
Well.
even going with that. As I said on the live, to make it clear, we are very compromised here. And also, we have compromises with our manufacturer. So, as I also explained on the live, it might be like this. And I understand completely why Jim came forward explaining that to you, because we that is what we do. We are there every 2 weeks for you in a live to be transparent on
Hmm.
all the good, but also on all the bad issues that are happening if it comes to international packaging or whatever. It is all a theme, so we want to continue that, and I understand this. But as I said on the same live, we are very compromised here, and that includes the manufacturer. So I don't even see a delay. And whatever can be done from our side, which includes me, myself, and Marcus, to prevent a delay, there will not be a delay. This is why nothing has been changed on the pages, which I also was asking Jim not to do. There's no urgent reason for that. It was good to speak to you because it there are issues, but
Um,
I'm very convinced that we can come
yes, Jim Largo, you will be very popular with the senoritas if you buy a Resurrection Toys T-shirt.
with the senoritas. He is already popular with the senoritas.
Yes. Yes.
So,
All right. Well, that's awesome stuff. Thank you guys so much for joining and sharing your stuff tonight. I just want to say I don't have anything else. I just want to leave you with a couple thoughts, and that is if you're watching this later, comment below. What do you think about the Megatron his tank, the Megatron or the Transformers and Transformers collaboration? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? What are the reasons why? I think we could have a further discussion on those things later. Oh, Rolando's here, and we're just getting ready to wrap it up. Um, also, we've got a couple things that we could be doing soon. I've got in the pipes. I've got the Mash video I'm working on. 3D printing for toy collectors. Working on that one. That would be a live stream. Live stream with Rolo will be next week. We're going to take a look at his awesome diorama, and also just a recap of the Foreign Spin Masters line. The Batman and DC figures. We're going to do a live stream kind of review of those as well. So a lot of content coming up in the next couple of weeks, guys. Comment below on which one you want to see first, besides Rolo's thing. Is it 3D printing, Transformers, G.I. Joe crossovers, Spin Masters, whatever else you could think of. But those are the things I have in the pipeline. Please check out Bill at Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures, Masters Maniac Mexico, the mad scientist in Mexico making awesome stuff. Check out his videos as well. Leave a like, or else poor Patrol over here won't get his vest. I'm going to make a little vest for him too. That'll be a live stream.
All
He's the
right.
new channel
And,
mascot.
let me tout my channel just a moment. I have an ongoing series. I've got part one up where I'm going in depth in the original storyline for Masters of the Universe.
Yes, very
But
good and recommendable.
what I'm working on doing, and I've already told you about this, Will, and this is upcoming, so stay tuned, fellas. I'm going to get over here and I'm going to start getting these cardboard boxes out, and
Oh,
I'm going to
that's
start
right.
going. I'm going to start going through them and transferring toys from the boxes into plastic tubs, and I'm going to do a live
What?
stream for each box.
So we're gonna be witness how you transform them from
Yes.
one jail into another.
Well,
And you said, Bill, how
that's just
far
the
back?
main thing. I think what the people really want to see is what's in the damn boxes.
Yeah,
So
how far back do those go? I remember
I
you
don't want to
saying
see you
you've
get it
got.
back into the prison.
I've got a stack of boxes that's too wide and three deep, going all the way to the ceiling over here on the other side of the room divider.
That's right,
And
Bill. And I think I have the honor of joining you for that, right?
yeah, you do.
Yeah,
You're going to
thank
be
you.
the man that's kind of keeping the people entertained as I start going through the boxes and pulling the stuff out. And what I want to do is I want to kind of do what you did when you were doing that. Bring a box
Sure.
out, take out everything out of the box and set it on the toy cam, and then start transferring it into the plastic tub. And
Sure.
I think, look,
Jordan had a great comment there. He
I
just said,
have
I
an
think Bill
idea
just
of
wants
what's
to know
over
what's
here,
in the
but I
box.
don't know everything that I've got over here. As I
Sure.
pull, you know what I mean? You went through
Uh-huh.
this as well. You start pulling and go, oh, yeah, I remember I had that now.
Great. I think it's going to be a fantastic stream, and you just tell me when you want to do it, man. Anytime.
Yeah, you're right,
I'll
Jordan.
be
I
there.
want to see what's in my boxes as well because I done forgot.
Yeah. And guys, please check out SgtSlaughtersSlaughterhouse. There was also Adam from, God, why am I blanking right now? Geez.
Radical Toys.
Radical Toys, duh. Adam from Radical Toys. Go check out his channel. Uh, there's Bjorn, and also please go check out A World Made of Cardboard. I'm going to link it in
Yes.
the chat again.
It's great. It's
That
great.
playset that he made and put out for free is just amazing. Please just go check that out. If that's the one thing you do this week, go check out his channel. Make that playset. I'm going to be making that soon. I'll show it on Instagram or something. But guys, have a wonderful day. Oh, also, thank you to James Salzberg for his wonderful gift to me. I don't think you understand it. Maybe I'm not good with the words too much, but it really does mean a lot to me. I'm a bumbling idiot, so I don't know how to express feelings very well. But thank you so much, James. It really does appreciate. I'd love to reciprocate in some way and give you something. So if you ever need anything or there's something you really like, I'd love to get it for you. Thank you. Guys. Without this community, well, I'd be the same person, but just not having as much fun. So thank you all for joining us, and you have a great night. Thanks, guys.
Night.
Bye, everybody.